car driving to breakfast. And we were talking about Dune movie. My sister watched it by herself. I watched it with some friends last night, and it was amazing. I think it's great. The conversation was flowing better when I wasn't recording.
Well, do you want me to say what I had just said before?
Yes, please.
Okay,
yes, please.
so with your friends saying that they like Lord of the Rings better over Dune, I was thinking both of them are really good movies, but I think the reason why they like Lord of the there's a dead animal. There's a reason why they like Lord of the Rings more is because it's a movie that it's long, but they have so much information put in there, but it doesn't stop. There's like side adventure, and it keeps getting more exciting and more exciting. So it always builds. There's no real like downtime to kind of wonder what the heck's going on. But in all of watching Dune 2, it was very much slow. But as I was saying, that with Dune, it's a long movie and there's a lot of information, but all the information is important because all the kind of slower, boring scenes kind of add into other scenes. And what did you say it was? It was a slow burn. No, you said something about... Oh, it's a slow connect the dots. It takes a long time to connect the dots.
Well, yeah.
And it's true. And I was saying that because Paul Atreides, he drank the worm piss, and, he was enlightened. And so he can see what happens in the future, what happened in the past, and he knows the way to bring them to peace, but he can't reveal his plans, and therefore people don't understand why he's doing the things he does, and piss people off, but he's doing what he thinks is right because he knows that's the path that'll lead him to peace, but he looks like a real prick doing it. But it's the same genre of you slowly put the pieces together of why this happened all the way back 500 years ago, and in the end, it all works out. In the end, whenever the end will be.
Well, the Dune series goes over a few thousand... I think 5,000? A long time. It's a long time. I see what you mean. Whereas me, I think I read the book, so I was used to and kind of expecting the slow burn. And because of Denis Villeneuve's previous films like Arrival, that was a slow burn.
Yeah.
I also read, I was trying my best not to watch any reviews, spoiler reviews especially, but I watched a little bit of some other ones, and someone picked out in the comments when I was... No. Quinn's ideas. Watching his one, finally. The fella, the third fighter who wasn't drugged in the arena with Fade Ratha.
Oh, the little Asian boy? Asian man, I'm sorry.
Little, he's man, he's grown. He can take you out with a pinky.
That's right. I actually enjoyed that fight scene, though, because
that was
he
good.
was like, "You're trying to kill me, Uncle? What you doing, Uncle?" And he's like, "You're not a boy anymore, son. You're a man now." Oh, well, whatever. That's the phrase I was, yeah.
Well,
anyway.
Someone picked up that in Dune Part 1, in a lot of the meetings and that fighter, that Asian fella, he was in the background of all the main meetings in Dune Part 1. And I'm like, really? I need to watch that again. So, yeah. Connect the dots, you say.
So he's like a high-ranking, like, Atreides dude, right?
Yeah. High-rank fighter.
But I kind of like how he put his forehead to that Atreides fighter, and to, what's-his-face, Paul. When they're done fighting, he's like, "You fought well, Atreides," both times. I was like, "Oh, it's so nice." At least he's nice.
He's not nice. You kidding me? He cheated with the other guys, and he's like, "Oh, I got a real fighter here." Stab.
I know, he had the protective layer on, and they're drugged, and I'm thinking, this is not... Why would you enjoy that? Well, anyways, it's the guy.
Yeah. It's the portrayal of Fade Ratha. Fade Ratha.
I actually really liked Austin Butler as Fade Ratha. But did you see how I was saying that he sounds exactly like Baron Harkonnen? Yeah.
I think that was a very nice touch.
I think so too, because it's almost like it's part of the family,
But then, how does that explain Drax? What's his name? Dave Bautista's character having a just plain old American accent.
Well, I think that was just the actor's creative, But it might be because of his personality. He's like a raging lunatic,
Well,
right?
he kissed his uncle
nephew.
on the lips.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, ew.
Well, in the books, this wasn't in there, which I think there was enough information there that the Harkonnens are bad. Harkonnens are a nasty group of people, but they're also the Baron Harkonnen is perverse. Like, he's also a pedophile. So, in the books, it is not hinted. It is plainly said that the Baron and his nephew regularly sleep together. So, because of their close proximity to each other, maybe they hang out with each other, and that's how, or spend a lot of time together. That's how their accents are more similar than to Dave Bautista's character. His name I can't remember.
I actually don't know his name. It's really funny, and I only knew that the nephew's name was because people were talking about it afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah,
Afraid
same. Yeah. But what I must say, of all the scenes that I really liked, my favorite was of Lady Fenring when she seduced Fade Wrath after his birthday. That was so succinctly done to show the extent and the reach of the Bene Gesserit and their tactics. How she used the voice, but it was like, come on in. Like, when the voice changed, you're like, oh, she's using the voice on him. And he goes, wow, hello.
And he suddenly appeared in the guest quarter. I don't
Yeah.
mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking about that. I thought it was wild because I was watching Parks and Recreation. Sorry, just another side note. And Ron, his boss Chris asked him to go for lunch, and Ron says no. And then his boss is laughing at him. Ha 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 ha! You're so funny. We should order now. And then you realize that they're now sitting at the dining table or at the restaurant waiting to order their food. And I was like, this is the exact same scene. And he says, was I drugged? It just reminded me of that. He's in the hallway, and then she's like, no, I'm in the guest quarter. What is this?
And the next minute, she's like testing him. Yes, he's human. And then cut to the scene where they got the Reverend Mother, Princess Irulan, and then her, and she goes, yep, bloodline secure, and looks at her tummy. You're like, that was quick. Oh, another funny thing that I wanted to burst out laughing. When Paul Atreides was going, I'm not your Lisan al-Gaib, I'm just a normal guy. I kept thinking about Monty Python's The Life of Brian.
The Life of Brian.
He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
and you know, when they came, the three wise men in Monty Python came to Brian's crib in a manger in a farm, in a stable, and they're like, oh, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and she was saying, no, his name's Brian, and yeah, what are you doing here? And then they said they have gold, frankincense, and myrrh to give, and she's like, oh, yeah, this is the guy, that's it, thank you so much, next time, don't worry about the myrrh, the frankincense, I'm sorry. And then they all come running back in to grab the stuff back, and then go to the stable just across the way, because that's where Jesus is.
Good old shit. No, that's good. Let's see. I think my phone, it's getting a bit warm. I'll turn it off for a moment. 1 second.
But that's exactly what I thought when I saw that scene where she was talking. Oh, you're still going? Okay.
Yeah, go.
When she was talking to him, say, and he just happened to go from the corridor to the guest rooms. I just thought of Ron from Parks and Recreation and his boss.